Good morning, everyone. Welcome to North Dakota Today. I'm Lisa Bedell. Once again, Jordan Schreier sitting in.
Here all week.
I love it. It's such a nice continuation of the morning. Just, we should just go live morning TV.
We pretty much do go live morning TV
Short little
from
break for the Today Show.
Until 10 o'clock in the morning. We are one of us is on.
Yeah, it's true.
Because right before they come on, you do those news cut-ins, and those are in the
Show.
morning. And
you're getting a little break from the noon show, though. Abby Furchner's helping you out, but not today.
Nope, today I'm doing it too. So yeah, so then you'll see more news cut-ins with Lisa, and then me back again on the noon. So
sorry, if you wanted a break from us, I'm sorry. It's not happening today.
Sorry. Today's not your day.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day finally outside today.
I actually thought yesterday was pretty good. I went for a really long walk I feel so bad when I talk to Lisa because she is like super mom and so busy and driven. And she's like, oh, I dropped this one kid off at this and I taught this other child how to like save someone with CPR. And then I decided to go run a marathon and just do a little lifting. And then I made 5-course meals for the fam and then we all went to bed. And I'm like, oh.
My days are busy, that's why I have a planner. Not quite that. That sounded a little more fabulous. Thank you for that. But you had one of those nice days where you did a little weeding in the garden and
I went around and it was I thought it got to be pretty nice yesterday.
Yeah, I did too.
Honestly, toward the afternoon, the temps were just in that perfect like low 70s, kind of sunny. Had some Shania Twain music on because we talked about that yesterday. Listened to her, took a walk, gardened. But you were busy
I know.
as
I was
always.
like, what did I do yesterday? And then I started to think, well, yeah, I did my gym classes and we had an orthodontist appointment yesterday. And then we went up and got ice cream cones at my husband's shop. And then like this summer is so busy with, camps. Marley had her volleyball last night. She has 3-on-3 basketball on Mondays. And yeah.
Were you in camps growing up?
Not as much because I was a small town girl.
Yeah, we just didn't have those
that.
things. Yeah,
no,
same. We didn't
all the time.
have
Like
those.
She's so busy. She did the NDSU basketball camp, and my youngest did VBS, and now we're doing like volleyball league throughout the summer. And it's like every night. I usually like to take the summer off and just do pool time and lake time.
Fun time.
Although it hasn't been that nice.
It's so early in the summer yet, though. I mean, those camps go until what, like mid-July or about the 4th,
June,
and then
June
everything's
is crazy
done.
busy, and then July, we'll have some fun. And actually, it's tomorrow, June 20th. That's my Marley's birthday tomorrow, which is funny. So one of our producers, Julie Holgate, it's also her birthday.
Yes.
And my daughter Marley, it's her birthday. And then we have a Marley photographer here. It's her birthday.
And all morning people. We work with all of them.
Yes.
They all come in at this crazy schedule.
I always find it interesting when you know someone who shares your birthday or other people who share birthdays because,
What is that if you were born June 20th? You know what I mean? Like
what
the horoscope?
was going on? Oh yeah.
Oh,
what is
no,
her?
not that. I was going a different way.
Oh, I was like, what is her? I was like, what was happening 9 months previous?
Well, you should have known what happened before that.
9 months previous. My 2 babies were very planned. So like I just was like, I'm going to have a baby now. And then we had a baby.
Well,
so
good.
I don't know. But I don't know what her sign is. I'm sure I've looked it up because I'm a Pisces.
I
She is
could
definitely
just,
not
Google it right now and figure out
emotional
what,
fish. I would think that she would be
people
emotional
are,
too.
but
okay, for June 20th, since we work with these, can we think about it for like what kind of people they are? Because sometimes I'm like, that person's
do you
a
think
bull.
your child is like Julie, the producer?
I don't know. They both are a little fiery.
That's
So
very accurate. That's very accurate.
But Miss Marley Crawford is not necessarily fiery.
No,
but she's from the South, so it's a whole nother kind of scheme of
super,
things.
well, I can't find it on here right now, but I'll find it eventually. But you know what else comes up in June in this time of the summer? Fairs.
Fair season.
The county fairs.
And we were talking about this earlier because the Norman County Fair starts today. Yes. I grew up going to the Burke County Fair out in western North Dakota.
Practically Montana.
Practically Montana. And I thought, there's just something about the small county fairs. Like this is video from, they weren't quite open. I think they're opening for lunch today and then the parade and all the good stuff tonight.
It gets going this
evening.
But
the food, I still sometimes crave the little old shack burgers that they have at Burke County Fair.
Oh yeah, those are good. Also Geminis. They're the last day of a Gemini, according to what I'm looking at here. June 20th is the end of the Gemini. So whatever that means, that's what they are. But anyway, yeah, these county fairs, they were big things when the fair was coming to town.
I was in 4-H as a kid, and so
What was your 4-H called? What was your 4-H group called?
Gosh, I don't know. I should know this, shouldn't I? Were you in 4-H?
I was not in 4-H, but I know that around the area there were the Butler Buttercups and the Dent Helping Hands. And I don't know what the perm 4-Hers are
I don't
called.
know if we had a cool name like that. We must have.
Yeah, don't they
And
all?
we were all into the livestock. I actually, and I should bring this here, but my husband doesn't like encourage my hoarding. But I have a trophy that has a chicken on the top because I won top place for the best chicken.
You need to keep those because just this year, my mom gave me her 4-H trophy she got in the whenever she was back in 4-H. And it has a cow on the top, and it was for best in show livestock.
Yep.
And I have it on a shelf on display. Did I show it to you last?
I don't know what
you
you talked about it, but I don't think I know. I love it. My dad has we call it like the farm museum, all things that we have not brought back here yet. And the chicken trophy for best in show chicken.
You need to keep that. I'm not kidding. Like that.
Good stuff.
And also how cool would that be? Just to like, it's a memento. And you pass it down,
Yes.
and then they.
And then my young children hoarders will get to have that on there.
And if they don't want it, I'll take it.
You'll take it.
Yes,
It would
will.
go nicely with
next to the livestock trophy.
Well, Abby Furchner was out at the county fair and she was holding baby chicks, so we're gonna get a little preview.
And dropping baby chicks.
Yeah, well, they were hopping around like rabbits out of her hands. So we're gonna check in with Abby a little bit later in the show and kind of give you your county fair fix. But thinking about county, and she's gonna talk about food when she's out there.
What else do you do at the fair?
But we are going to talk about, we've been talking about this all week, really. The Minnesota State Fair has added 31 official new foods and 7 new food vendors to the expansive menu already offered at the Great Minnesota Get Together. Most people, they just go for the food, right? For the Minnesota State Fair.
To food and to people watch. I think those are the two best things you do at the Minnesota State Fair. Anyway, there's 300 different concession locations. 300 different locations. Anyway, there's so much going on. The fair has already released a few of the pictures and
some of the new things.
Some of the new things, yes. Apparently this is the Bada Bing sandwich. It's Italian-inspired warm flatbread with ham, salami, melted mozzarella cheese, tomatoes, fresh basil, and a creamy balsamic vinaigrette dressing.
That sounds awesome. That sounds like, gourmet, not like like a corn dog.
Yeah, no, that is better than anything you're going to get at like sandwich shops if you go around, I feel. That looks good.
Delicious. Here's another new thing at the Great Minnesota Get Together. Boozy berries and barb truffle.
You had me at boozy.
5 layers. 5 layers. It's a vanilla pound cake, lemon curd. Oh my goodness, that looks delicious.
There's wine in there.
Oh yeah,
I'm reading the ingredients as you're going by. There's apparently some wine. What type of wine? A Cannon River.
I don't even know how to pronounce a lot of
Grease?
the words.
Is that what they said? Wine, a wine anyway. Some blueberry stuff is in there.
I like a little alcohol in my dessert, to be honest. It gives me a little buzz.
Mint infused whipped cream.
Okay, so not for the kids, probably. This one's just for the adults.
No, that one is just for...
Boozy berry delight. Love it.
That sounds good. I feel like you could make this at home if you really wanted to. Granted, the ingredient list to it was like 12 things, so it'd take a lot.
Yeah, that's probably not something I'm going to miss. I'll go to the fair to get it.
She's too busy teaching CPR to save lives.
This one is kid-friendly, and it looks delicious for moms, too. Oh, yeah. The Halo Cone. It's a swirled blend of cotton candy and blue raspberry soft-serve ice cream in a halo of vanilla cotton candy, and sprinkled with a mix of candy toppings. This should just be called a sticky mess.
It should be called like the Taylor Swift too.
Actually,
she is all about the cotton candy now and all of her videos and kind of that bubblegummy pink look or cotton candy pink.
I love it.
Your girls would love
Oh my goodness. That's especially my Bailey, my 7-year-old. She just wants to eat candy and sweets and
well, also how cool would could you imagine the picture with that then that you have to put, you know what I mean, like they're going to show all their friends what they ate at the fair if that's what you get.
And my almost 11-year-old would not eat it. She would just be snapping pictures for
and then
Instagram.
the ice cream would melt and then she would have nothing else to do.
Okay, well, we all agree we like sweet things, but I give you a hard time a lot because...
And I take it, and no shame. I hate spicy things. There, I said it. Come at me.
I talk about my love of nachos all the time. I love nachos. I love going out for nachos with Jordan because I get all the salsa.
I have it on the side, and jalapenos on the side.
It's too spicy for him.
Yep, and she can have all of my things, but it works. You don't really like sour cream all that much?
You get the sour cream, I get the extra salsa.
And I love dairy products, so... It's really a nacho pair in heaven.
Perfect pair. That's what we are.
But anyway, there's a thing as to, why don't you like spicy food? Why do you like spicy food? She's given me heat for not liking the heat, I could say.
Which has a lot of people asking, why do some people like spicy things and others do not? Today, it's our good question, and Heather Brown explains.
There's a lot of mild salsa in Minnesota.
There's an old Oli and Lena joke that ketchup is a little spicy.
One step above ketchup, maybe barbecue sauce.
So it's my grandmother's recipe.
That's clearly not the case at Lat 14 in Golden Valley.
So it's not that spicy.
It's not. It's got a little kick. I can now
Owner Ann Ahmed
taste the kick.
grew up with spices, and she now encourages her 4-year-old twins to always take a bite.
They'll take the heat too.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be like water, but they'll like, ooh, I like it.
Spicy isn't actually a taste, like sweet or salty. Rather, it's a sensation, like something's burning.
Nothing's being burned. It's just the sensation.
The sensation, exactly.
There's a chemical in chili peppers called capsaicin that stimulates the pain receptors in our mouth and tongue.
If you broke down the chili, it's basically this oil, this venom that it has on it that creates the sensation.
Researchers aren't yet sure if our sensitivity to capsaicin is genetic, but they are convinced that more exposure means you're less likely to feel the burn.
I think it's acquired taste.
Coming from Brazil, I'm used to spices.
We did a lot of chili oils.
If you don't give me ghost peppers, anything below that, I'll take it. That's my threshold.
That's pretty high.
Historically,
One of them was Minnesota spicy.
Yes.
Minnesota's traditional foods have been more, shall we say, bland.
Did you always like spicy food?
I grew up Scandinavian, so probably not so much, but my mom was a heavy spicer.
Ahmed believes times have changed since she opened her first restaurant 14 years ago.
We're aware of who our neighbors are, and people are traveling more. I believe that, my guest wants it spicier, wants it hotter.
I think if you're curious and you experiment, your taste buds rise to that.
And then there's a theory thrill seekers are drawn to the heat.
I'm a bit of a thrill seeker, I don't know, but probably not too wild.
In Golden Valley,
Not number 4.
Yeah,
Heather Brown,
probably about a 3.
WCCO 4 News.
Okay, so Heather also talked with a few taste experts for that story. They told her you can learn to like other foods with repeated exposure. So I'll work on the salsa probably.
No, I like how she said it's not a flavor, it's a burning sensation. Sorry, I don't like to feel like something's burning in my throat.
I like that. Then they talked about our normal Minnesota bland food. It was like buttering lefsa. And I was like, but I like spicy, but I also like my lefsa with
now,
butter
you can
and
make
sugar.
anything better with butter and brown sugar.
Well, yeah.
That's anything.
Good point.
You don't need to put in the salt, leave out the pepper, but butter and brown sugar, put it on. Everything is delicious with it.
That story was really interesting.
It was
the
super
real
interesting.
science behind it.
There is, and it makes sense. You like what you're used to. I could say that. So maybe one day.
All right, here's our cute animal fix for the morning. Let's check out who's up for adoption at the Homeward Animal Shelter. Here's Tucker. Have you ever seen such an adorable cat? This guy is just as sweet as he is handsome, loves to cuddle and be lazy, but just so you know, he does not really like other cats. He's kind of a bully. So you can love him up, but he probably shouldn't be around other cats. He should be the only kitty in your house. And he loves to chase the laser light, too.
And he wants all the attention. Nothing wrong with that. I hear you, Tucker.
Cute.
And here is a Grandpa. Grandpa is a relaxed older fella looking for some companionship, someone who he can enjoy day-to-day life with. He likes the outdoors, loves going on the car rides. He is a grandpa. There's just something about the open roads that put him in his happy place, and he adores people of all ages, and he's great with other dogs. He is the one for you if you're looking for a dog. So yeah, if you want some good company, tell Grandpa to come on over.
Yeah, just 2 of the animals up for adoption at the Homeward Animal Shelter. Let's give away a couple of umbrellas. We have rain in the forecast, at least for tomorrow. 2 shed rain umbrellas given away every weekday through June on North Dakota Today. Get registered at valleynewslive.com. Today's winners, Steve from West Fargo and Monica from Fargo. Stay with us. Coming up next, we'll show you what it takes to be an award-winning power lifter.